Hey there, I'm Roberta Dyer. If you saw my YouTube videos in 2020, I'm back, but this time I'm rebranding myself into the ancient artist. I've been thinking about doing this for a couple of years, and all of a sudden I had my 80th birthday and wasn't able to stall anymore, so here I am. I think today what I'm going to do is tell you a little bit about myself and how I came to be where I am now, and tell you a little bit about where we're going from here. So I've been painting off and on since I was a little kid. I was blessed to have parents who loved art, and we spent a lot of time going to art museums, and there were always things around to do. My dad was an artist by avocation, a CPA by his day job. And then when I went to college, I majored in art history, which was great, wonderful, fascinating, and I still use it today, not to make a living, because I'm not sure anybody makes a living with that. But I use it a lot in my art. And it gives me a reference for finding series to do and just knowing what works, and just a sort of a wealth of knowledge that I got from all those years of studying art by the masters. Then I moved where I am now. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you that or not, but it's San Diego. I live in San Diego now, which is just wonderful. Raised my family, was a stay-at-home mom. I did all the volunteer work, was in charge of this, that, and the other. And when they graduated from high school, I decided to refocus on my art. So I started looking around for shows to enter and places to put an anchor so that I would have other artists around me. And here I am now. You know, I'm 80 years old. That was 35 years ago. And I've become an internationally awarded artist, watermedia artist. I've taught a lot. I've studied a lot. I've worked a lot. I've thought a lot. And I feel, very gifted to be my age and still be able to get out of bed in the morning and look forward to something to do. I think when we're older, which is one of the reasons I'm doing this show, is just to talk about what a joy it is to have this thing that we can still do. I'm sure most of you have seen the photos of Matisse lying in his bed, virtually on his deathbed, directing his assistants to put those wonderful floral cutouts on the wall of his bedroom because he couldn't stop creating. Well, that's where I want to be. I don't want to be bedridden, but I want to be creating when I go out the door. So I hope that this series will help you stay enthusiastic about creating and about your art. Generally, moving forward, I'm going to do maybe 5 to 10 minute little blurbs on different things, like how to critique your art, how not to critique your art. I've got a whole list. I'm going to walk forward so I can read it, because, you know, that old brain, we can't remember shit. So I also told myself I wasn't going to use 4-letter words because my grandkids would probably watch this, but we are who we are, darlings. Okay, so I'll talk about some major works of art, why they work, why they don't work, ways to get unstuck when you get stuck, some stuff about composition, what works, what doesn't work, how much leeway you should give yourself. And this just some fun little stuff about how to make your own stamps. So easy, so cool. How to choose a subject. I'll do some drawing. How to loosen up. How to enter a show and take a good photo. I'm blessed that I have wonderful friends who know a lot more about this stuff than I do. 2 of them are sitting here right now. I wish I could show you them, but they've helped me so much. How you start a piece, how to plan a series, just all kinds of stuff. But mostly, I'm assuming that most of you are artists already. Otherwise, I don't know why in the world you'd pick this off of YouTube to watch unless I tell you to. So it's not going to be a beginner series. This is more for staying the course, I guess is a good way to say it. So I'm going to take, I don't know how long I've been doing this. I need a timer. Anyway, I'm going to start because I talk really well when I'm drawing, and I can talk and draw. My starts are usually with charcoal because I like to draw. I think it's important when you're an artist, and particularly if you've been around for a long time, figure out what it is you do well. Do that, unless you hate what you do. And most of if we do it well, we don't hate it. We kind of like it, right? So I draw. I use some photos most often. This is me, if you can see that, sitting in a chair with my hand on my arm. I'm very cheap and readily available, so I do a lot of selfies. So I just start out, this is a 22 by 30 sheet of watercolor paper. I paint on boards, I paint on canvas, I paint on the wall. I used to paint murals when I first got back into art seriously. I can't do that anymore because the crawling around on the baseboards painting little bunnies, I can't get up anymore. You're old as I am, you know about that. So you have to have something to hang on to. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to do this guy. I probably should do it the other orientation, but we're not. Okay, so I'm not a portraitist, nor do I aspire to be. Some people do it so well that there's no sense me doing it. I feel the same way about landscapes. My husband, when he was alive, because we live in a beautiful spot, he said, I can't believe you don't do landscapes. And I said the same reason. There's so many people who do it really well, and I enjoy looking at theirs, but I have no interest in doing it myself. The human spirit is my thing. I believe in the indomitable human spirit where, we have these incredible challenges in our lives and how we deal with those, because we are innate survivors, just like other animals are, which is why I like doing other animals too. People tell me I should never do people, I should just stick with the animals, but heck with them. I like doing people too. So there you go. Another beauty of being older is you really don't have to care what other people want you to do anymore. I'll never forget, I was teaching a class and my mom lived to be 100, just as a marker. And I was talking to somebody and probably the subject of age came up because it tends to with me. I think about it way more than I should or like to admit. Anyway, I said, well, I'm 75 now. This was in that conversation. And I went, oh my God, I've only got 25 years left if I live to be 100. I better get out of my own way and get back to painting. So that's always in the back of my head for what that's worth. Anyway, are my people timing me over here? No, you guys aren't, are you? I forgot to tell them to time me. So anyway, I'll wrap this up pretty quick. But next time, I don't know what I'm going to talk about next time, and I apologize for keep walking out of the frame, but we're still figuring this out. I think maybe everybody wants to loosen up. When I teach, people say, I just want to loosen up. I want to do what you do. Well, number one, you can't because you're not me. And probably you shouldn't try because we're all different. So maybe I'll talk about that, finding your own style. So thanks for joining me on my first adventure in The Ancient Artist. I appreciate you being here with me. Feel free to drop your comments, questions, suggestions in the box below. And if you've enjoyed the series and would like to know when a new one's coming out, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. Take care and hope to see you next time.